Here they want us to sketch the curve, so what we're going to do is find first intervals of increasing and decreasing. To do that, we're going to find the derivative. Alright, now once you have your derivative, you're going to set it equal to 0 and find your critical numbers. So to find critical numbers, we set this equal to 0 and factor. I can take out a 4 and an x squared. So we'd factor like that. And if I set each factor equal to 0, I'm getting 0 and 3 as my critical numbers. Now that is going to help me create a chart. So we have negative infinity to 0 for my first interval, then 0 to 3, and then 3 to infinity. We have two factors for this derivative, so we're going to have two columns for those factors. So I have my 4x squared and my x minus 3. Together they make the derivative, so we're going to multiply them together to make f prime, which will tell us whether it's increasing or decreasing. So I've got negative infinity to 0. If I test a number in there, like say negative 10, the negative will go away when I square it, and then you just multiply by a positive. So this will be positive. And actually, no matter what you plug into this, you'll always square away the negative. So this whole column is going to be positive. Here, if I test a negative 10, this will be negative. If I test a number between 0 and 3, like 1, it'll be negative. If I test a number between 3 and infinity, like 10, it would be positive. And so we multiply these. Positive and a negative makes a negative. Positive and a negative makes a negative. And a positive makes a positive. So then that tells me that the function is decreasing from negative infinity to 0, still decreasing from 0 to 3, and then increasing from 3 to infinity. That also tells me my maximums and minimums. So if I have decreasing and then increasing right here, so at 3, we have decreasing and then increasing, so that means there's going to be a minimum at 3. Then we're going to look at our second derivative. Look at our second derivative to find inflection points and make a table for concavity. So we're going to find the second derivative by taking derivative of the first derivative, which would be 12x squared minus 24x. And then we're going to set this equal to 0. Factor out a 12x. So we get two factors. We set these factors equal to 0. And we're going to get 0 and 2 for our inflection points. So those are our inflection points. These were our critical numbers. And now we can make a table with these. So I've got negative infinity to 0. And then I've got 0 to 2. And then I've got 2 to infinity. Then we've got two factors, 12x and x minus 2. And together, when you multiply them, they'll make f double prime. So if I test a number between 0 and negative infinity, say negative 10, this will be negative. And if I test 1, it would be positive. And if I test 10, it'll be positive. And then our next factor, if I plug in negative 10, it'd be negative. If I plug in 1, it'll be negative. And if I plug in 10, it'll be positive. We multiply these. A negative and a negative is a positive. Positive and a negative is a negative. Positive and a positive is a positive. So concavity, this will be up because it's positive, down because it's negative, and up because it's positive. So if I'm changing concavity, which I am, that means there's an inflection point. So there are two inflection points at 0 and 2. So what we want to do is get actual points here. So my minimum is at 3. If I plug 3 back into the original equation, I can get an actual ordered pair. So 3 comma, if I plug in 3, I get negative 27 is my minimum. And then over here, these inflection points, because they're changing concavity, if I plug those in, if I plug in 0, I get 0 as an inflection point. And if I plug in 2, I get negative 16. So that's an inflection point. And then we take all this information and we apply it to a graph. So let's plot the points that we know. We know 3, negative 27. We know 0, 0. And we know 2, negative 16. And then let's do increasing and decreasing. From negative infinity to 0, we're decreasing. So from negative infinity to 0, we're going down. From 0 to 3, we're still decreasing. So from 0 to 3, we're still decreasing. So we're still decreasing from 0 to 3. And then from 3 to infinity, we're going to increase. So we've got that. And then we're going to check our concavity. From negative infinity to 0, it's going to be concave up. From 0 to 2, it's going to be concave down.
Oh, what's that smell?
And then from 2 to infinity, it's going to be concave up again. So then if we just draw a rough sketch, it should look something like this. And done.